Hi everyone, welcome to a new Express Flute Tips video. Today I would like to speak about the vibrato, but not about the basics, but about some concrete feelings. Those are how to use the vibrato, especially inside the frame that the sound has when we create it. For me, this sound has a frame. We should have that very clear in our minds, that when we create a sonority, it has a limit, it has a frame. And then the vibrato that we use should be into that. Also, the same happens with articulation and with everything we do technically. It should be into the sound, because when it's out of that, then it starts to sound weird and especially not clean. So this is for me a feeling that I always try to have very clear. Okay, an example on that would be if we play this note, this dot D, with this kind of sonority. An example of over vibrating above the limits of the frame would be this kind of sonority. If we want to use, it's not that it's too fast or too wide, the vibrato. It's not that the problem. The problem is that it's feeling compressed because the frame is too narrow. If I want to use the vibrato, then I should make it more big, the frame. So then I should go. So as you see, it's simply that we have to create the frame for the vibrato, or the opposite, adapt the vibrato to the frame. For this, of course, the most musical, natural and intuitive way to get at it is singing. Of course, we always come to the same point, but it's true, it's something very clear. So when we do, also when we want to develop the sound, if we do, we think it to make it lower and to find the resonance, and then the vibrato can develop it. So the same we can do with the flute. We can try to translate that onto the flute. So okay, but for me something which is important is that we create also the frame. When we want to vibrate so powerful, we have to have this deepened feeling, because otherwise something that happens a lot of times, and I hear a lot of times, and for myself what has happened a lot of times, is that we create like a bottle effect. And then it's like that the frame is too close, and then we over vibrate, or we do a lot of effort with a lot of power, but this power, it's not effective because it's too narrow, and then it sounds this kind of sonorities like. So we want to do it so powerful. I mean, really, the feeling I have is to be very powerful, but it's not working. It will work better if I go. So we have to create space, basically. It's just, for me, the feeling is trying to, like, swallowing whoa, whoa, and then we can use it. We can give the power then with the air. So that's what the little tip I want, or the thoughts I wanted to share with you today. Also, I want just to give some very concrete examples. So when we play in the low register, I mean, also it happens, but different. So if we do this kind of sonority, it's the same. The vibrato here has a crucial role to create this warm sonority, but we should have in the ear also singing this round thing. Comes from a vibrato which is very, very, very warm and inside of the sonority. If we do a vibrato which is outside the frame, then it's a pity, because it's so, okay, this can sound very basic, but I really tell you, because it's nice to have to don't forget about that, because then everything is way too much more natural to play. Then the last thing I want to share with you are two feelings that the vibrato is helpful for me. One of them is to develop the sound, I already said that, but in the low register, using the strength that the vibrato, if we do it slowly, it gives to us. This extra blowing, this extra sustain, it's a famous sustain thing. I come here now. Okay, so if we do it like that, with the departure point is a very relaxed feeling of the sound, okay? I mean, so like this. And then we try to do this, but I'm going to do that now with using the vibrato and trying to find where is the limit. So with the vibrato, with the air, we are forcing the frame to open it up or to creating a more powerful sensation. So okay? This is an exercise I do a lot to practice the low register when I want to create this sonority with ha 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 ha. And then the vibrato also helps us, I think, for the sustain. That's the last thing. For instance, if you want to play a top note like this, this feeling in the blowing of the air, not in the embouchure. Now forgetting about that. It's if we try to vibrate very close, very into the sonority, and very subtle inside of that, that's the good feeling. Especially when the sound, when we have the you know, the top of the wave. That feeling for me, if then we stop it, but we do it as if when we are doing the wave, that's for me, it's very helpful feeling for this sustain of the notes, okay? So sometimes I go in fact, for some excerpts, I practice them like that, and sometimes I even use the vibrato musically, but also technically it helps. For instance, we do I mean, it helps. It helps to get the feeling of the sustain properly. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful for you, and see you in the next video. Thanks. Ciao.